Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I will read text with the title Everyday Life in Soviet Union, the Shopping Runaround. The author Hedrick Smith was head of the New York Times office in the Moscow from 1971 to 1974. The following passage is adapted from Mr. Smith's book, The Russians, which was published in 1976 by Quad-Angle on the New York Book Company. Number 1. I had heard about consumer shortages before going to Moscow, but only when we began to shop there did the Russian consumers' problem really have meanings for me. Customers that were overweight in lines, but Soviet lines have a special quality all their own. Typically, the Soviet woman spends 2 hours a day in lines, 7 days a week. Personally, I have known of people who stood in line 90 minutes to buy 4 fine apples and 3.5 hours to buy 3 large heads of cabbage, only to find the cabbages were gone as they approached the front of the lines. Lines can run from a few yards to nearly a mile. Some friends of ours watched a line of people in Moscow signing up to buy rugs. The line lasted 2 days and nights and ran for across all through an apartment development. Number 2. In spite of all of this, the natural reaction of a Russian woman when she sees a line forming is to get in it immediately, even before she knows what is being sold. However, Soviet lines are more fluid than they appear. In most stores, for example, shopper most stand is not one but 3 lines for any purchase. The first to select a purchase and find out its price. The second to pay a cashier somewhere else in the store and get a receipt, and the third to go pick up the purchase and turn in the receipt. Number 3. But in a dairy store one morning, I found out that the game is both simpler and more complex than that. I went in to buy some cheese, butter, and bologna sauce, which were is their separate department, each with its own line, 9 lines. Number 4. Rather quickly, so I noticed that experienced shoppers were skipping the first stage. They knew what most items cost, so they went directly to the cashier for their receipt. After studying prices, I did that too. Then I went to the cheese lines. The longest, probably 20 people to get the worst offer with purse. I was in lines less than a minute when the woman in front of me asked me to hold her place. She darted off to the butter and milk lane. The cheese line was moving so slowly that she get her butter and milk and returned before we had advanced 3 feet. I decided to take the risk too, and I got back with my butter while the cheese line was still inching along. Number 5. Then it suddenly occurred to me that all over the store, people were getting into lines, holding place, leaving, returning. Everyone was using the cheese line as home base. That was why it was barely moving. It kept It kept expanding in the middle, so I got the man behind me to hold my place and I went up to buy my bologna. Once again, it worked. It took me 22 minutes to buy better sauce and cheese, but instead of being furious, I felt as if I had beaten the system. Number 6, this competitive shopping gives an atmosphere on tension to Russian life. People barge into store and bump into each each other with face set in combative expression. You have to understand, sight and kind gray-haired person that for as long as we can remember, shopping has been a strangle. Life is a strangle. Number 7, there is a hardly any effective advertising to help shoppers. Americans complain about the constant commercials in the United States, but the might reconsider if they were exposed to the consumer black and Russia, a typical Soviet and might be. If you want to live to a ripe old age and be beautiful, modest stroke and truthful, drink tea. Most newspapers publish without ads. The shoppers has no handy yellow pages or daily newspaper, supermarket or department store ads to help her decide where to shop. Number 8, bravery is widespread low fate $80 to $120 monthly. Sales clerks take a portion of attractive items and sell them secretly to regular customers who have either left a bribe in advance or can be cowed on to pay a high price on delivery. 10 to 15 rubles and on a 60 rubles raincoat is standard. In 1976, the ruble was equivalent to $1.22. Number 9, so common is this practice that the Soviet press is always complaining about it, but it doesn't do any good. Crocodile, the Soviet humor magazine, once showed a department store employee promoting some new arrived items. Their customers in the leather goods department, 500 imported women's purses have been received. 450 of them have been bought by store employees. 49 are under the counter and have been ordered in advance for friends. One purses in the display windows. We invite you to visit the leaders department to buy these purses. Thank you.